Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, October 17th. Dr. Simonds is on vacation, so it is myself and Lovie. So you may know Lovie because she was on AMA before with Dr. Simonds, and you can watch that recording. She also has a wonderful testimonial on YouTube and our website that you can watch. But we wanted to have her on today because she has a great story and can answer some questions live if you want to ask in our comment section today. And you probably saw the emails. We're talking about her success story with weight loss. We are giving away a Target gift card today. Again, $25 to Target. You need to do two things for us. You need to like this video. You need to comment #SimonsAMA in the comments section. So do that, as well as give us feedback, ask us questions. That's what we're here for. That's what these AMAs are, is to help you guys. So enter for that gift card, send some questions live, but we're gonna kind of start. So Lovie is a celebrated team member in Raleigh. If you've ever been to the Raleigh office, you know Lovie. She's the voice you hear on the phone typically. She is the face you see in the front. We have other wonderful team members here, but Lovie has been here for a while. And patients like to talk to her about her journey, because we happen to have in the Raleigh office some pictures, right?
Oh, yeah.
Before and after. People say, is that you? And it is indeed, Lovie, before and after weight loss. So why don't we start from the beginning?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. It's a kind of an open-ended question, but how did you end up here at Dr. Simonds Weight Loss?
Wow. Initially, I started in the derm office. Mm-hmm. And how I started in the derm office, I was a patient. Mm-hmm. And before I was a patient, I started everything. I started working in the derm office. But as a patient, I had weight loss surgery back in 2013. And before weight loss surgery, I started every diet that you can possibly imagine. And, I did Weight Watchers. I think everyone in the entire world has done Weight Watchers. I was 244 pounds before my surgery.
That's your highest?
That was my highest weight. I think that was my highest weight. Yeah. When I got on the scale, I think that was.
A lot of people say that. I don't really know, because a lot of people don't want to weigh when they're not feeling great.
Right.
It's okay.
That was when they made me get on the scale. Because I've been up and down, and then you get on the scale, you lose, you gain, you bring cousins and friends and uncles and aunts and I've done everything online. This person told me about the grapefruit diet, and there's this diet, and you can the cabbage soup diet, and
yes.
Then there's you can eat all of this diet and then you don't eat for a week diet, and there's the contract, then you go to a plan, and then you get on this contract, and then they give you the B12s and this shot and that shot. And
so you went to other practices before you ended up with Dr. Simonds.
And,
okay. There are weight loss practices all over the place, here in the Triangle as well as all over the country. And, we definitely want patients to get help wherever they feel like they fit best and they are getting the best care. In Lovie's case, it sounds like you tried some other avenues, other practices, other programs that may be similar, and they didn't work out quite as well for you, which they might for some people. But what were some of the reasons that they didn't work out?
Well, actually, what happened was the practice that I was initially going to closed. And they were giving me some medication, and I said, I've got to try something. I had weight loss surgery. I lost a lot of weight, and I started gaining it back.
And that's when you first went to a weight loss practice.
Absolutely.
So surgery came first for you.
And then I started gaining my weight back. And I had to do something. So I got online and I Googled the medication that I was taking, because I needed something to shut my brain off, because I couldn't do it by myself. I knew I couldn't do it by myself. I tried and tried. And so I Googled, and the medication I was taking, Dr. Simonds popped up. Ding, ding, ding. And the medication I was taking was phendimetrazine.
Phendimetrazine is a short-acting stimulant. A lot of our patients are more familiar with phentermine.
Yes.
Phentermine is much more well-known, but phentermine is simply a longer-acting stimulant and appetite suppressant. Phendimetrazine, I often refer to as one of the baby sisters of phentermine. It's shorter acting. It's a little less potent. You can take it like a couple of times a day versus phentermine is usually once in the morning and it lasts the whole day. So sometimes it's more appropriate to do phendimetrazine, sometimes phentermine. That's what we do here. We help you figure it out.
And that was the thing that I loved about the practice. When I walked in, Dr. Simonds explained everything, soup to nuts. And so one day I walked in and I got all my paperwork done and I came in and I found that this practice was not just a walk you through and then you come in and you pay the one price. And it wasn't, okay, there's the one price and then you buy this and 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 then you come back again next week and you buy this and you buy this and you buy this and then I mortgage my house. That was
that was cookie cutter kind of
yes,
programs.
That was not Dr. Simonds Metabolics and Weight Loss at all. And even though I met with different providers, it was all about me. And I sat with each provider and I cried every single time. Oh, here I go. And it was about me. And even though every single time I came back, I may have gained or I lost, I felt special. I felt that I didn't feel guilty because I didn't follow the plan that was my plan. It wasn't Dr. Simonds' plan. It wasn't Michelle's plan. It wasn't Hannah's plan. It wasn't Christina's plan. It was Lovie's plan. And it was, okay, now what is going on with you? And, well, are you craving or are you hungry? Well, okay, so what is it that, and I didn't have to lie. I didn't have to make up something. I said, okay, this is what it is. Okay, let's figure this out. It was let's figure this out for you. And when we figured this out, we beat the plateau. Mm-hmm. And then I lost, and I lost, and I lost. And then I may have gained, and then I may have gained. And, Dr. Simonds always says, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And the finish line is the grave. And
it's a long journey and things don't always go as planned. I mean, what Lovie's talking about is a great example of we have best intentions, we have our goals, we have our expectations with everything in life, but especially with our weight. And it doesn't go like this, right? There's not this beautiful slide when we look at trajectory of weight loss. That's what we want. That's what we see on TV. No, I call it a very ugly staircase. There's a lot of downs, but there are also ups, and then there are just flat lines. And it's not a matter of if we hit a plateau, it's when. And it sounds like you experienced that. Mm-hmm. And part of your coming here was how you were able to work through those. Because I know a lot of people, plateau is a reason for them to give up, right? They don't want to work, through it because they think that they are doing something wrong. And that's not the case. Their body is just working a little harder to protect them from that weight loss. So that's where we really come in handy. And I think you're really hitting that home is when you're doing great, it may feel not as great to come in because you feel like I don't need any help. It's when you're struggling that we are absolutely here to help. And again, this is Lovie. This is our front office obesity medicine technician in our Raleigh location. She's worked in both Durham and Raleigh. Started as a patient and is here today talking about her journey and even Deliver and Scott as well. Yeah, we've all said wow a lot of times about Lovie's journey. Good morning back to Laverne, Deliver, Karen, and Susie. Thank you for joining. If you have not yet entered for our $25 Target gift card today, please like this video and comment #SimonsAMA in the comment section.
Michelle, a lot of people ask me, and I was one of those people, how long did it take you to lose 125 pounds? Forever.
And it will continue, right?
And it's going to continue because just, what was it, a year ago, I gained 40 of that back. And those scrubs were getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And I said, Michelle, what's going on? Why can't I fit in any of my clothes? And the question you asked me was, well, Lovie, what are you doing? And I said, well, Michelle, I'm not sure what I was doing. Right. 125 pounds.
120. You guys heard that, right?
Actually, it's 100 and what is it?
30, maybe even close to 135. Yeah, this is definitely a lot. Yeah. And for those of you out there who feel like, well, I don't know if I could ever get there. Lovie did.
I did.
You can too.
Absolutely.
And it is not easy.
It is not.
And Lovie is a walking, billboard, but also a reminder of how difficult it is,
Yes.
right? And that's also why I wanted to do this today, because it is something we get asked a lot as providers. Well, have you struggled? And like, what do you really know about this? And while some of us in the practice as providers do have some degree of understanding of what it is like to be on the other side, I don't know that anyone understands better than Lovie here what it's like to be on both sides. And what's unique too is having gone through surgery and then finding us and maybe some previous practices and then ending up with us. Because a lot of people, they're very fearful of surgery, and they really have the idea of the surgery is too dangerous. I have to do it on my own or just with medical support. And what would you say to them?
If you're going to do the surgery, do it. If you can get the surgery, do it. Don't think that you have to just do the surgery. Don't think that you don't have to do if that's what you want to do it. Get support, get help, get a team. I have a team. I still have a team. Michelle, Dr. Simonds, Christina, Hannah, everybody that I can get help from, even my coworkers here in the front office. There are so many people, medication, there are handouts here. Dr. Simonds is still working on his weight loss. We are all a team. We're still trying to identify what it is that is working in our brains to get this and keep this weight off. We're still picking each other's brains. What are you eating? What did you find? What was it, Thursday? Mm-hmm. We found the little
these little egg cups.
Right, the little egg cups.
Oh, they're so cool. Yeah, Just Crack an Egg, and Jimmy Dean has little egg souffle things. So yeah, we're always trying to learn. So to circle back, the point of that is surgery is absolutely an option.
Absolutely.
Medication is an option. Lovie did both. Not everyone needs either or both, right? But they are options, and the important thing is to find what works for you. Yes, that individuality.
And that's what Dr. Simonds Metabolics and Weight Loss is about. What works for you. And the providers here it's not just this conveyor belt of people coming in and out. It's about you. The providers sit down and talk to you to see what works for you, what medication works for you, because obesity and being overweight is a disease. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing I found here. I went different places and I felt guilty because I couldn't do it, and I didn't feel like anybody was listening to me. I walked in this place and somebody listened to me. They heard me say I couldn't do this, and I don't know what's wrong with me. And Dr. Simon said, it's not you, it's a disease. If you went to a doctor and somebody said you have cancer, and I'm like, but I can't beat this cancer. Well, you can't because you're not a physician. You have a disease. Let's get this beat. And that's what Dr. Simonds and the providers here say. Let's get this disease. Let's work on this disease. And here I am 130 pounds lighter. And I can't turn my brain off because I love food. I love food. And I will cook for you and I will cook for me. But the medication I'm on and retraining my brain with this medication has helped me. So Michelle and everybody here, they laugh at me because I eat, but I don't eat the same that I did before. Now, don't get me wrong, I can eat. And I'll feed everybody. Yeah. But I don't eat the same because I've learned different things. And I've learned for me how to eat differently and what works. Yeah. So don't think coming here is going to actually, even if you have 2008, 2013, you haven't been here since then, but you were going to the derm office and you moved to Raleigh, come here. We'll get your chart and we'll bring it here. And Michelle and Christina and Dr. Simonds, or if you lived in Raleigh and now you live in Durham, they can see you there.
Mm-hmm. A lot of flexibility.
It's so much flexibility.
In the offices, yeah.
And don't think you can't do it. We'll work with you.
Absolutely.
We'll get it done.
Let us know what questions you have. We know we have some people who are watching live. So appreciate the congratulations and the wow and the awesome. But if you have questions for Lovie or about weight loss in general, please let us know. That's what we're here for, to answer your questions. And we just want to hit home that there's no length of time where this has to be done by, right? Lovie has been doing this
2017. I've been with Dr. Simonds Metabolics and Weight Loss since 2017.
And prior to that, you started struggling with your weight as a child, as a teenager?
As a child, I was sitting in the floor with records with my mom doing aerobics. Going to Weight Watchers with my mom, eating that nasty cottage cheese and peaches. Well, yes, weighing my food. And yes, I've been working on my weight for a very long time. I stopped going to dance class because I didn't look like the other little girls in my class. Mm-hmm. Even though I could dance and do very well, I didn't feel comfortable because I was chubby Lovie. Mm-hmm. I could run and do very well, but I didn't join track because I didn't look like all the other girls in my class.
A lot of our patients, they struggle at different points in their life. It may have started as a child for you. It may have started as a teenager. It may have started with college. It may be a post-pregnancy or a big life change. So, what we're here to do is, no matter where your journey started, we're gonna help you wherever you're at. We're gonna meet you where you're at. And a big part of what we do here in our practice, because we are a medical practice that treats a chronic disease, is we use medication. And we get a lot of questions about what medications and can you be on them for more than a few weeks or a few months? And the answer is
absolutely.
There's many options, and yes, you can absolutely be on them. Lovie, how long have you been on medications for, would you say?
Since 2017. And I would rather be on phentermine than insulin.
That's a good point.
Lots of people do not mind going to their general practitioner and then telling them, well, you have diabetes and you're going to be on insulin because your pancreas cannot secrete it. I would rather be on phentermine and be 135 pounds wearing a size 2 than 300 or 500 and 600 pounds and somebody cut me out of my daggone house.
So yeah, there's a lot of stigma. There's a lot of bias, and there's a lot of just education, misunderstanding, right? The medications that we use for weight loss are safe and effective, and phentermine, the medication that Lovie's on, got on the market in 1959. Okay, it's been on the market for almost 64 years. This is a very long time we've been using this medication. And 10 years ago, it was approved for long-term use under another name, which is Qsymia, where they put phentermine and topiramate, another medication we use for weight loss.
Ooh, topiramate is my
which Lovie takes, right? Those two medications were proven together in clinical trials to be very effective for weight loss. And 10 years ago, the FDA said, yeah, you can absolutely use these two medications forever in individuals who struggle with their weight, because there's finally been this understanding, acceptance, at least in the obesity medicine community, that short-term treatment is not effective. It is not fair to take a treatment away that is helping someone. We wouldn't do that with your blood pressure. We wouldn't do that with your blood sugar. Okay, so when we give you medication and you get down to a goal weight, we don't take the medication away. You continue to take it, right? And have you had times where you had to come off of the medication?
No, as a matter of fact, you fuss at me. When I find myself when I have forgotten to take it
in a loving way, right?
Yes, in a very loving way.
Are you taking your medication?
And what'll happen is when I gain that 40 pounds,
which happens,
and it does absolutely,
we work
absolutely.
Through it.
Because even working here, I have found, and Michelle and I actually talked about that, we get so busy, ladies and gentlemen, taking care of other people, we forget to take care of ourselves. Mm-hmm. We forget to take our medications, but we remind our elderly parents, or we remind our children to take care of themselves, but we forget to take care of ourselves. Yep. So Michelle and I sit down every single month now, and I have my appointment with Michelle, and we refill my medications, and we do my blood pressure, and we do my weight. And that's how I got my 40 pounds off. I
got back on track.
So I got back on track.
So even if you have a lapse, come back.
Absolutely.
Come back and see us.
And she lovingly busted me, so I was able to get back in my scrubs. Or you know those stretch pants, folks, that we put on during COVID, that stretch that the seams were like this, and it's like, oh, I can't even get a bigger pair of stretch pants because what the seams were stretching. Yeah, I'm back in those now. Yay us. So come on back so you can get in those stretch pants hands again so they can see can go like that again. Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're having some questions rolling. So let's start addressing. So Barbara Burton is asking, Lovie, do you meal plan?
Oh my goodness. I used to carry around a little bag. My friends would laugh at me because I carry around my little lunch bag because I like French fries. And I like to stop in different places. But meal planning helps. Michelle helped me with that because Michelle is a meal planner. She brings her lunch and she puts all of her lunch in the refrigerator. So we have to move everything over so we can all put our own lunch in.
I am a fridge hoarder. I admit it. I
She's
apologize.
So I put my lunch in the bottom little crisper, and
Lovie's bin.
I put my stuff in the bottom bin because it's very easy to go out and grab a burger or grab French fries or grab something like that.
But instead, you try to bring some
Yes,
stuff. So
prepare it
it's a rare
on Sunday.
occasion to go out.
Put things on Sunday.
Yeah.
A big pot of collards, a big pot of cabbage, a roast, a chicken, cut it up, put it in the little containers, and then bring it to lunch.
Yeah. And Lovie, would you say that you have lost your love of food due to being on medication or going through this, or you've lost that joy that you get, or is it just different?
It's different. I
Okay.
love food. I love texture. I love taste. I love to put it together. I love how to figure it out. And I love to do that for other people too.
Yes, she does. She cooks amazing. I think that's an important thing that a lot of people are worried that the medication is going to take away their ability to be social, to enjoy food, to love cooking. And that is absolutely not the case.
No, just rework it.
Yes, exactly. So we have a question from Sharon. Have you included the injections as well as oral medication?
Injections.
So there are different medications. I don't know. We can address both. So Sharon, there are medications that we offer that are like vitamin injections, right? Do you do those?
I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do them as much because I'm not deficient in vitamin
Right.
D.
Yeah. So we offer some, we call them lipotropic injections. There's a lot of B vitamins, amino acids. Many individuals at the beginning of their journey or throughout their journey, or if there's other things going on with how they absorb vitamins or minerals in their gut, will respond very well. They will feel better. They will sleep better. Their energy's better. Their mood's better, right? It supports metabolism. And Lovie, like many of our patients found, for a period of time, they were very, very important. And then she doesn't need them any longer. But it is important to try them yourself if you want to. Sharon, you may also be referring to some injectable medications that are prescription. There are a couple of medications out right now. Saxenda has been approved for a long time. Wegovy is another one that's not available currently. And there's one that will be hitting the market soon for weight loss called Mounjaro or tirzepatide. So these GLP-1s are very powerful medications that can help with weight loss. We often use them in combination with oral medications like phentermine and topiramate. But insurance, unfortunately, for us, they do not cover a lot of these. So there are certain plans, like the state health plan in North Carolina covers it. TRICARE kind of covers it. There are certain plans that we know we can get it through, and there are certain ones that we know we cannot get it through. Now, Lovie was fortunate enough to be able to use some samples, and she was able to lose some weight using them. And currently, right, is doing an injectable, but that is not an option for everyone. So we really have to do an individualized plan with you about that. But I would say you lost most of your weight, right, with the oral medications only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. Phentermine and topiramate has been the combination for Lovie and for many of our patients.
And
it works really
Barbara
well.
Burton asked, what are some of the things that I've really struggled with along the way? Cheetos, Talente gelato, and that is kind of where topiramate, and it's kind of 8 o'clock at night is when I would hit I really need those carb kinds of things, and the topiramate kind of helped me to get over that carb craving.
Yeah. And reminder, these injections I talked about, the vitamin injections, you do not need to be a patient to get them. I have individuals coming in that have never been a patient, nor will they be a patient in our practice, but they can just get the injections. We do not make you pay for a visit or anything. You just walk in, and even if you are a patient, you don't need to have an appointment to get them. So we have a lot of walk-ins for the injections that we do during normal business hours. So D. Laverne Scott says, do you still follow a low-carb lifestyle?
Primarily, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And yes.
We find that is generally the most effective,
Yes,
for weight loss and weight maintenance.
I love carbs, but my body doesn't.
Is saying losing 130 pounds is definitely awesome. What are some of the things that you really struggled with along the way? I think we just addressed that. The low carb lifestyle. Were you ever discouraged?
Absolutely, yes.
Good question, Candace.
Yes, Candace, yes. Discouraged, yes. Because when you get on that scale and you think, oh, I've been doing this, I've been working, well, that's working out. Working out, that's hard, and I'm sweating, and you think, and you're doing your low carb, and you're there, and you get on that scale, and it's like, really a pound, really 2 pounds. But then by the end of that 30 days, and you've lost 10 pounds, and that 10 pounds over 2 months, 3 months, you're like, oh, okay. That's why when people come in, I try to do, the dance. We do the weight loss dance, because when, 10 pounds is a dress size. That 10 pounds, when you put your britches on and you look like you have a diaper on, that is serious business, And then I think 10 pound, a loss is better than a gain any day of the week. Mm-hmm. Any day, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. And then you think you can peak off.
And not gaining sometimes is really just a win too.
A win-win.
Right? Everyone's journey is different. So in case you missed it, Candace, you do not need to be a patient to get those injections. Please come in and see us. I also often give them to spouses. I think a lot of our patients say, who can use a little bit of a mood boost and an energy boost is my partner. And I'm going to bring them in and get them injections next time. And I give a lot of partner injections, and that is absolutely okay. Absolutely okay.
And also, you do not have to be full keto to have a benefit of a weight loss. Just, cut out a little bit of rice, cut out a little bit of pasta, and increase your chicken. And the one thing I will not do, y'all, I will not do brown rice, broccoli, and grilled chicken. No. That is one of the things that I used to do that I thought I had to do. I'm eating sour cream. I'm eating cheese. What else am I eating? Steak.
Whole eggs.
Oh my gosh, I eat cheese eggs, man. And that's the thing that, there's so many. I'm not eating grapefruit. I'm not eating cottage cheese and peaches anymore. Well, I do eat cottage cheese and peaches because I love cottage cheese.
But if you want to eat those things,
but if you want to eat those things, but I'm not eating brown rice. I will not eat brown rice, grilled chicken, and broccoli. I'm eating seasoned food. I'm eating collard greens with some smoked turkey wings, friends. Yes, I am.
And that speaks back to just how it can be very individualized, right? You will see that we talk about low carb a lot and keto on our website. Not every patient in our practice is doing a ketogenic specific diet. We do think it's helpful, but you have other options. So how are things going for you now?
I love my life, y'all. I love my life. I love it. I'm not in the dressing room crying my eyes out because I can't get pants over my knees. And I always said, if I can become a before and after picture, I want to help other people to not sit in the dressing room and cry. Come. And if you can't make it to Raleigh, call. I'll talk to you. I'll get you through it. Or if you're a patient of ours and you hit a plateau, call me. I will help you get there. I promise you.
She is absolutely telling the truth. I have heard her providing a lot of therapy to patients in our Raleigh, which is important, right? You have someone who you can really talk to, right? We are here to talk as well, but it's nice when you walk in an office and you feel like you belong. Like there are people who understand where you're coming from, and that is what we do here at Dr. Simonds Metabolics and Weight Loss in both our Durham location and our Raleigh location. If you want to see Lovie's full testimony about her journey, please visit our website. We also have all of these AMAs recorded on our website and on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. I know we're getting one more question. Yes, do you learn? I will say yes. Not gaining is a win. Yeah, absolutely. And Candace, is your mood improved?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. We find
also, guys, when Michelle tells you to email her, she really means it. She will email you back. I mean, she doesn't. I mean, it's for real. What doctor tells you that? Come on, what nurse tells you that?
Support is important. Support is important. So thank you everyone for entering for that Target gift card. We have drawn a winner, and the winner of the $25 Target gift card is D. Laverne Scott. D. Laverne. everyone so much for joining us and for all the great questions and comments that we got. It was great having Lovie on. Thank you for coming on. Check out the recordings again, like this video, share it with your friends, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Dr. Simonds and I will be back for another AMA. Have a wonderful week.